Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. Bit of a weird one today. I have recently gotten back into Pokemon cards. There's some absolute beauties of cards out there these days. This is one of my favourites if you wanted to know. It's the Obsidian Flames Cleffa, which I've recently picked up. I've also recently completed the base set after 26 years of collecting. But because I've been looking at Pokemon cards a little bit more and how algorithms and the internet works, it's been throwing up some Pokemon content at me. And I noticed today that this popped up, which is Good Game by Cam Steady and Toastymarshmallow. And I believe it is a song from the Pokemon World Championships 2025, which are taking place, I think, next weekend in Anaheim. And I think they've released a small album of songs to sort of soundtrack that event, and this is one of them. Now, I'd never heard of Cam Steady or Toastymarshmallow before this, but just from looking up the song to click on it to react to it, it listed Cam Steady as a nerdcore artist, a nerdcore rapper. Now, I don't listen to a lot of nerdcore, but I'm a massive fan of Damble. I'm hoping to cover some Damble at some point when he does release some new stuff on this channel, because he's so good. He's such a good lyricist. The way he plays with words is something incredible, to be honest. So I'm hoping that Cam Steady is even half as good as Damble in this song. And I'm sure we'll find out who Toastymarshmallow is. But yeah, this is, I didn't think I'd be reacting to a theme song for a Pokemon card tournament today, but here we are. So let's take a look and see what it's got for us.
Man, you ever have one of those perfect days? The sun is shining, the
Yep.
tailwind is pushing you, and things are going your way. You're finding shinies, you don't hit yourself in confusion, you land all your focus blasts.
So one thing I was going to say was quite often this sort of song won't have a lot to do with the subject matter. Like a lot of the songs that were released for the Pokemon 25th anniversary weren't actually about Pokemon. They were, you know, they might have had the word electric in them, and they went, well, it's about Pokemon. But that is one thing with nerdcore, is generally is very about the subject it's about. So I'm happy to hear that this is actually a directly related to Pokemon song lyrically. Let's see where we go.
Finding shinies, you don't hit yourself in confusion, you land all your focus blasts.
Good day.
I got a good feeling about today.
Wake up in the morning, grab a Pokeball. Got a feeling that today I'ma catch 'em all. From my cap to the back and I strap on my pack. Every challenge that I face is looking laughable. First things first, hit the mark for supplies. Poké dollars high because I'm winning every time. Know that on the route, folk trainers giving nod till they
that
see me
sound
with my
effect.
demon and they spin into the side. Hit that road and we don't run slow. Rare finds in the tall grass when I roam. Pressure's high and the cast race low, but I get them first try every time that I throw. Hit the gym, got a flash.
His tone is really familiar. It sounds like another song, and I don't think it's a cover. It's obviously not a cover, but I don't think it's like a parody song. But I'm trying to think of who he sounds like. It might come to me before the end of the song.
Hit that road and we don't run slow. Rare finds in the tall grass when I roam. Pressure's high and the cast race low, but I get them first try every time that I throw. Hit the gym, got a flash the credentials. These leaders sleep on my potential, so I send my ace. I got a badge to claim. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a
Good game.
Nothing's gonna stop me today. I got a feeling it's gonna be a good game.
Good game.
Nothing's gonna stand in my way.
She's got a good voice.
It's gonna be a good game.
gym to Jimmy. You know we flexing. Add another digit to the Pokedexing. Patches amazed like I'm getting my steps in. I'm holding a chest, so if you see me resting, I'm taking this league, man. It's pure domination, and we can run doubles. I got combinations. My PC is filled up, my strategies thrive. Like I'm one-shotting foes. I don't need no revives.
I can't even there's so many references packed into this song that I can't even start to think about breaking it down. Just as a fan of I say I've recently started collecting Pokemon cards again, but I've never not been a fan of the Pokemon franchise. I've played it almost every game over the years. You know, I've kept up to date with everything as you know, as much as one can do when you're a functioning adult with a family. And you know, this is just like to the brim with, you know, not even Easter eggs, because Easter eggs are generally like hidden. This is just full of like very brazen references, and really, really well put together actually. And even if it wasn't about Pokemon, the actual song itself is a fun little. It feels quite late noughties, early tens in how it sounds, but I don't mind that. That kind of sound has come back around again recently.
Hard to prove this. Hall of Fame's on my to-do list. Tall grass stains on the brand new kicks, and I hold down beat to the championships. Drop my foes and say, alone we fold, but a team goes ways, and the road back home's gonna feel so great. Got a feeling that it's gonna be a
Good game. Nothing's gonna stop me today. I've got a feeling it's gonna be a good game. Nothing's gonna stand in my way. I've got a feeling it's gonna be a good game.
So catchy as well. Like, it's so easy to pick up that melody. That little break before the. Really well done, really well done.
It's gonna be a good game.
Ooh. Nice.
I got a feeling it's gonna
Be a. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're getting much new in the rest of the song, but I will finish it out in a minute. But yeah, like I say, full of loads of references, but also just as a song, it's really fun. Like it doesn't have to be about Pokemon. It's just you could easily change it to be, you know, it's going to be a good day, and write a song completely different, you know, nothing to do with gaming at all, and it would still, I think, be a really good song. It's a really fun instrumental. It's got a really summery vibes. We are just about still in summer. It's still really warm over in the UK. And obviously the championships themselves are in Anaheim. It's pretty much always warm over there, isn't it? So that makes sense. I wish I could go to one of these events, but I haven't got the sort of money to go to Anaheim. So I guess, you know, maybe I'll go if it comes back to the UK. I know it's been to the UK in my off years when I wasn't following Pokemon so much. It's come to the UK, so yeah, I don't know how soon it will come back. But I'd love to go. I am exploring the possibilities of going to a couple of card shows, so I can maybe, not as a vendor obviously, I haven't got that many cards, although that is my cards. These ones on the desk are either my grading pile, potential grading pile, and ones I haven't sorted yet. They're all the ones I have sorted. You know what? I might even chuck my Whatnot link in the description for this one. I have started going live occasionally, probably once a week, and selling some of the stuff that I don't necessarily need or want anymore. You know, I'm not a scalper or anything like that. It's just that in the process of getting stuff that I want for my personal collection, I've ended up with a lot of stuff I don't necessarily need for my personal collection. So yeah, feel free to jump over and check out where my shows are, bookmark them. And if you don't have a Whatnot account, but you would like to maybe pick up some of the Pokemon cards I've got, then feel free to use my link to sign up. And if you buy something, well, you get free credit, and then if you buy something, I also get free credit. So that you know is good for both of us. Let's finish off the song. Da, 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 da. You could just tell where that was going. Da, 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 da. Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. I think I've said everything I need to say about it. I thought it was really impressive how lyrically it fit in loads of Pokemon references. I thought instrumentally it sounded like it was a late noughties, early tens kind of vibe, which is, we're already back to that being a retro sound. And people are starting to use that in songs. Some of the other stuff I've covered on this channel, I've mentioned that. I just thought it was a really fun vibe for a song, and I think it fits. I mean, if you're going to go to Anaheim and go to the Pokemon Worlds and you heard this blasting on the speakers around the place, it would fit. It would feel like it fit, and I think that's probably the main reason for songs like this existing. You know, I haven't got it in here with me, unfortunately, but you know, I remember making my parents drive me to an out-of-town shop to pick up To Be a Master, the original Pokemon music album from 99, 2000, whichever year it was. It was one of the two. But you know, it was so incredible to have a disc of songs that was written about Pokemon for the most part. There was a couple of songs on there that clearly weren't Pokemon songs, but they'd just sort of been co-opted into being Pokemon songs. But there obviously were a lot on there that were flat out Pokemon songs, and as a kid I just remember that being incredible, that you know, this still relatively new thing, you know, back in 1990, 2000, Pokemon to an English audience had only been around for a year. And who would have known that, you know, all these years later it would still be going strong, and we'd now have 1,025 Pokemon instead of 151. But yeah, so things like this always make me happy, because they kind of remind me of, you know, driving to that out of town shop that we'd never been to before, because why would we travel out of town to go to a music shop when you could just pick it up anywhere? But we specifically went to an out of town music shop to find that album. And I got it home and I played it. I played the life out of it, and I've still got the CD and it still works, but obviously it's also on Spotify these days, so I could just play the song if I want to. But I do have the album about 3 meters that way in the next room. It's in my pile of CDs. So yeah, really enjoyed that. But thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.